Hey, it's Dolfo. I'll meet you crazy fucks over at the docks. Let's do right by the boss and go fuck some shit up, huh?
Dolfo gets right to the point. I like it.
I can't believe it. I'm finally out of the house. Ain't this fun? Man, this shit is so fun.
Think of me as a heavily armed pimp.
He even comes out to the field to join us. For absolutely no reason. He's never going to step out from behind that fence. But he's here for moral support. Now that I've been through all the characters a couple of times, I'm starting to doubt my original claims that Shoshana is the least obnoxious of the crew. She's definitely better than groundskeeper Jimmy, who we didn't even really see his worst attribute. He spends a lot of time sexually harassing Shoshana. It's one of the things he does constantly at the poker table scenes.
The Spear of Destiny is already in play. You cannot win. It is prophecy. It has been foretold that the Brotherhood shall bring in a new dark age. Join us or die.
Join you? Never. I will spend the rest of my days destroying the Brotherhood.
We also never really saw the worst of Inugami, fortunately.
Killed by a woman. How sad for you.
That'd be the worst of Shoshana, right on cue. Inugami also says honor a whole lot, which is unfortunate. And a couple of times his voice actor aggressively switches L's and R's. Just hits it really hard, like he's trying to make a point. That's probably why JP is a little better than everyone else. Oh, here's Shoshana's alternate execution. Just a rifle butt to the face.
You are blind, which is why you could never find the Spear of Destiny. Only in the dark can you truly see. Come to the dark and join us.
I would rather die than join the Brotherhood.
So JP's character is the most racist, by far. But the actor doesn't even really touch upon it. He's just kind of a cool older guy. Kicks a lot of ass. But Shoshana is definitely the most powerful character. We upgraded the ammo capacity of the Arm of the Night, which is not only convenient, it also means that we can now charge it 6 times instead of 4. So our burst damage is now about 50% higher. And she already had preposterously high burst damage. So we can obliterate just about everybody now. There's one more upgrade that also affects the Arm of the Night. It's just a period of invulnerability after a hard destruction. But I didn't get it with any of the other characters, so we'll get to see it with Shoshana pretty soon. There's not a ton going on with this level. We've seen it twice before. So while I'm trying to navigate this complete mess, I'll talk a little bit about just a couple of figures that are important in the comics that I haven't mentioned yet. The first being the Angelus. Very important. When Jackie's 21st birthday comes up, the current Angelus has been around for hundreds of years. I think they say it's been like 700 years that she's been the Angelus. And she's been in many epic battles with various darkness wielders. Always comes out on top. She's very powerful. She wants to kill Jackie on his 21st birthday when he's the weakest. So she sends a shitload of angels to attack him.
The Spear of Destiny is already moving towards its fate. It will kill the host. You cannot stop us.
You shall fall tonight, with all your brothers beside you.
Comic Book Jackie handily kills all the angels. I believe Sonatine helps him out, because he's still trying to get Jackie on his side.
This was the best the host could muster to fight me. You are unworthy of my time. Children, do your worst.
Fancy a game of hide and seek?
I'd rather play Slaughter the Lambs.
Lay down your arms, or you will watch each other die.
Now we finally get to meet the French caricatures that we've been bothering for a couple of levels. They are kind of like the bosses in the main game, who will harass you mid-level. After we do enough damage, they'll just teleport away, and we'll have to chase them. Kinda sucks. But the Striker makes this part easy enough. So, a very important power of the Angelus is that she can summon, she can create human life. She can just make people. Jackie can too, but he never learns how to do it. Because the intended use of the power is to give him somebody to fuck. Because he can't have sex with human women, he'll get them pregnant, and then he'll die. So he needs to make constructs that are human-like, that he can have sex with, and also turn into powerful allies. The Angelus, who does not have the celibacy clause, she also makes a bunch of humans. She still uses them as concubines, and she sends her favorite one to meet with Jackie on his 21st birthday. And apparently, if Jackie has sex with her, she is guaranteed to get pregnant, thereby killing Jackie and taking the darkness. And I assume if the Angelus has the darkness, it'll just die. But Sonatine warns him not to do that. That's how Jackie learns about the celibacy clause and becomes suicidal. Sonatine tells him that he too can create humans, but he pisses off Sonatine before he teaches Jackie how to do it, so luckily that's the last we have to worry about that. So Jackie kills the Angelus' favorite concubine, and that's what drives them into direct conflict, leading to Jackie eventually killing her. So she's out of the picture until Apollonia summons her back into the comics. And we've already heard about how that ends. In an anticlimax, they always do. The other important figure will also take us back to the night of Jackie's 21st birthday. Eventful night that it was.
Kill them!
Only cowards run. Come on, let's finish them.
So, in the very first few pages of the first issue of The Darkness, we see Jackie tracking a hit target through a parking garage. He rams into the guy with a convertible, pins him against the wall, and empties a revolver into him. He is extremely dead. Afterwards, Jackie learns that the guy he just killed was the son-in-law of a rival mob boss. This, of course, sparks a mob war, and Jackie tests out his new darkness powers by killing the entire rival gang, ultimately dragging the Don of the rival gang into a toilet via the sewer system. But it turns out, we find out many issues later, that guy that he killed was actually a deep cover FBI agent who was going to take the gang down himself. And he had a fiancée who was also an FBI agent. Her name was Carla Denton. She's super distraught and vows to crack the case of who killed her fiancé. And she's immediately told it's Jackie Estacado. Apparently the FBI already knows he's a hitman. They just don't have the proof to bring him down for whatever reason. So she starts looking into Jackie and finds out that he is tied to something called the Darkness. At some point, she determines that in order to kill Jackie, which is her goal, she does not want to arrest him, she's gonna have to turn to some sort of supernatural means. Now, after I kill this guy, there's going to be an edit, because I walked all the way back through the entire level looking for the relic, which turns out to be underneath the staircase that leads us to the next area. You just gotta drop down here, walk all the way back here, and we will find the two-headed dragon. That's a tough one to find. I didn't know this area existed.
I claim this for Messiah.
It was in the previous level, but we came up this way instead of backtracking down here. And this brings us to our final boss fight.
Crush you and my sister will cut me.
With gun channeling and our pretty much maxed out Arm of the Night, we can just blow these guys in half. Yep, one target down already. Because there's two of them though, we don't have gun channeling anymore. So that's a bit of a challenge. And they can still do a pretty deadly amount of damage themselves, so we don't want to really screw around. Because I did screw around and I ended up dying pretty soon. Oh well. So I'll have to repeat that fight momentarily. Last thing you need to note about Carla Denton is that as she keeps digging, she finds someone called the Nameless One. Travels all the way to India in order to speak with him about killing the darkness. The Nameless One tells her that she cannot do so. It's impossible. But he does tell her about a race of creatures who are also nemeses to the darkness. They're called the Necrobi. That's all we'll talk about with them for now. We'll pick them up next time, because they are a fucking problem. What is not much of a problem is these two bosses. Once again, killed Amelia right away. And she's pretty much the only woman we have to kill, besides the female news anchor from that hit list mission. So Shoshana still taunts her as though she's a man. Jean-Luc doesn't go into any sort of berserker rage as you would expect from a dual boss fight like this. He just keeps teleporting, doing his usual shit. And there he goes.
Your line has come to an end.
And there's one last little chore to finish up this level. We've got to open the shipping crates. These two were collectors of artifacts, and we're hoping to find one specific artifact that they might have collected.
This manifest should tell us where they took the Spear of Destiny.
And we just did. We'll go get it next time.